Hi, it's Carrie Burrows from KB Consulting, your midlife mentor and motivator. And I really want to talk to you about a really crucial topic for women in menopause and beyond, and it's about our bone health. So I want to share with you a story about my dear mom, and she just turned 86 on Monday, except on Sunday, she was doing something that she is passionate about, that she loves. Um, she was riding her horse, Dahlia. And she is an equestrian for many years, rides hunter jumper, takes care of her own horse, cleans the stall, does all of the grooming. It's her life, it's her love, it's her passion, it's her therapy. And she was riding her horse in the indoor arena, and something spooked her horse while they were trotting, and the horse went one way, and guess what happened to my mom? She fell off, thrown off 6 feet down onto her side. And of course she didn't think, somebody helped her to get up. She didn't really think, she just thought she bruised herself and I just want to go home. And lo and behold, she did break bones. And she is now in a rehabilitation center, getting PT and OT and healing from a broken pelvis and a broken arm up by her shoulder. And it could have been worse. And but I wanted to talk to you about how we women can invest and prevent bad breaks later on in life. I know it's unusual for an 86-year-old woman to be still horseback riding, but you can, and she can. She just happened to fall off. She doesn't have full-blown osteoporosis, but she does have osteopenia, and so her bones are just a little bit more brittle. So she didn't break the actual hip. She broke 3 bones in her pelvis and had to have surgery on her birthday on Monday. So this is really important for me to get this information across to you. As I'm dealing with osteopenia myself, I was diagnosed at the age of 50 when I went for my first DEXA scan. And I was surprised because I figured I was doing all the things I was supposed to do, and I was really surprised that I already was in osteopenia at the age of 50. So let's understand a little bit more about bone health, so that you can maintain your independence. My mom will go home, and our hope is that she will get back up on the horse and ride again, but it's going to take some time and some healing. So let's start with the basics. Why do women lose their bone density, particularly during and after menopause? The primary culprit is, guess what? Loss of hormones, our estrogen especially. Estrogen plays a vital role in maintaining our bone turnover and the process of breaking down old bone and building new bone. So when estrogen levels decline during menopause, the bone breakdown outpasses bone formation, which leads to bone loss. So what's the difference between osteopenia and osteoporosis? Well, osteopenia is the warning sign. It's the beginning stages of that bone loss, and they usually see that in your femoral head and maybe parts of your spine that they look at. Where osteoporosis is the more advanced stage, and where bones are significantly weakened, which increases the risk of fractures, especially in the hip, spine, and wrist. So we use a T-score from a DEXA scan to determine where you are, if you have osteopenia, osteoporosis, or maybe none. I hope that you have none. but a T-score of -1 to -2.5 is osteopenia, which is me, and below -2.5 is osteoporosis. So can osteopenia be reversed? It was like the first thing I asked my doctor, and it's yes. So at the age of 50, I really took that seriously and really kept on doing everything that I can. I'm reading and researching and adding what I can so that I can build that bone so that I can be 86, 89. I don't know if I'm going to be riding horses, but whatever it is that I want to be doing, like my mom, or that I can heal to be able to go back to do it if I do fall. So osteopenia is reversible with lifestyle changes in some cases, and also supplement medication. Early detection is key. HRT, hormone replacement therapy, replacing that estrogen can help so that you are building the bone back. So get a DEXA scan. Your provider should be offering that to you at your, when you turn 50. You might have to ask for it. Be the advocate for yourself. Don't wait until later. If you have osteoporosis as a family history, you might be able to get one sooner or pay out of pocket. I think have that baseline and know where you're at. I think that's really important. So what can women do to protect their bones? Let's talk about first lifestyle. Our nutrition is crucial. So focus on calcium-rich foods like dairy, leafy green vegetables, fortified foods. We want to make sure we get proper vitamin D and also essential calcium, because that helps our calcium absorption. So getting out in the sunshine, but also maybe taking a supplement that's recommended by your provider that has a D3 in it with the calcium. I also say you should have K2 and MK7 along with it. And then possibly what my naturopath likes me to have is another herb that actually helps my bone absorb and build new bone. And that's also made a difference for me. What do you want to avoid? You want to avoid all the good stuff. The extra glass of wine, smoking, poor processed foods, bad sleep. You want to limit your sodium, carbonated beverages, sugar, all the stuff that we know that we shouldn't have, but sometimes we still do. And exercise is the key, right? Absolutely. Weight-bearing exercises like strength training with heavy weights. You have to lift weights. Strength training. I'm gonna grab water. Sorry. Hydrate. So you want to strength train with, and if you want to go to a gym, absolutely. You can train at home with dumbbells, but follow somebody that knows what they're doing. Have an accountability buddy go with you. Start small, start light, and then build up so that you're building that. And you should be doing that 2 to 3 times a week. Even if it's just 20 to 30 minutes of weight training, resistance training, push and pull. You want to do like a zone 2, like a walking, a light jogging, biking, swimming, things of that nature. So that builds that up. And then jump training. Yes, jump rope. Believe it or not, jump rope. Like just a few minutes of that, or jumping jacks, but you want that weight put onto your bones. That stimulates the osteoblasts to stimulate growth. So jumping, or put on some great dance music in the kitchen and jump. And if you think that it looks silly to do it, absolutely not. So I've added that in actually this past year, adding in jump training. I mean, I used to do a lot of aerobics, right? And you're jumping, but I'm not doing so much of that high impact aerobics anymore. So I added that in, and I do it in my kitchen with some music on, and I get that in. So that is really good to do a few times a week as well. And it doesn't have to be for a long period of time. We've talked about the importance of nutrition in your diet, exercise, but sometimes our body needs some extra support, especially when dealing with oxidative stress. So this is something that I'm passionate about, and I also feel at the cellular level, due to environmental factors, toxins in our environment, around our food, in our beauty products, in our cooking medias and everything. We are so many toxins. And then there's just the everyday stress. We are a stressed body. So I found that if I can help my body and boost my antioxidants so that I can get rid of oxidative stress and free radicals, my cells can work at their optimum. So I do recommend that you look into products that will maybe help activate your NRF2 pathway, which is the one I'm taking, is called Protandem, and it is known to boost that production of the key antioxidants. And it's important to support also your mitochondrial health and your collagen production. And these are all key to healthy aging. So it's true that the NRF2 pathway is a significant area of research. I can send you some more information if you are interested, but they indicate that the activation can help reduce that oxidative stress and that it will help your body repair itself and be able to work at its optimum best. So also you can have supplements that support your NAD production and also your mitochondria production so that you have more energy to do those things that you want to do, or to do the jumping exercises or dancing or whatever is that you want. And I'm happy, and I'm going to be sharing more information about where you can find this so that you can incorporate this into your recipe for great bone health. And then there's hormone replacement therapy. And I really find I am on this. And when I went to get my DEXA scan, and I'm 61, I had improvement. And I really think it's from all of those things that I am talking about that I've instituted, including adding the hormone replacement therapy, has made my osteopenia better. My numbers are better. And so I'm gonna be with those ones that totally reverses it. I am bound and determined so that I can take care of this. But estrogen therapy can help prevent further bone loss and help our body heal so that it can build its own. But other risk factors too. A lot of women get a parathyroid issue called hyperparathyroidism, which actually steals calcium from your body and your bones. And you may have this, and it sometimes will come, you'll find it in your annual blood test, and you'll have a very high calcium level in your blood test. And it could be due to this, and you might have to have some therapy or surgery on your parathyroid because it could cause osteoporosis. So things to be known, talk to your provider about and to know about. Are there any medications that affect bone health? Absolutely. Long-term use of corticosteroids, some antidepressants, some anticonvulsants can increase risk of bone loss. So it's really crucial to discuss any medications that you're talking to with your doctor and the impact that they can have on your bones. And then really, right, doing the other lifestyle things that you do have control over to try to help that. So finally, let's talk about some statistics, because I really want to bring this home to you, how important it is for you to invest in your health, invest in your bones, invest in your muscles, in your mindset, and all so that you can be vibrant. Osteoporosis affects millions of women worldwide. Approximately 1 in 2 women over the age of 50 will experience a fracture due to osteoporosis. 1 in 2. Hip fractures in particular can be devastating consequences, often leading to long-term disability and decreased quality of life. Many of them end up in a nursing home after a hip fracture, so prevention is key. As I'm living this through my mom, I mean, I'm praying that we can get her well again so that she can get back to a quality of life, but it's going to take time. And it's depressing her because she's not doing the thing that she loves. So I want you to be proactive about your bone health. Get regular DEXA scans, prioritize a healthy lifestyle, work closely with your healthcare providers about these supplements and added products, healthy lifestyle, your exercise, sleep, your food, so that you have the foundation of good bone health. Talk to your provider, a good provider, about HRT, one that is understands um, and looks at all of that and sees you as a whole person, and not just a problem. So I want you to be an advocate for yourself. Take this information, do your own research, reach out to me. We can create a plan together for your bone health. And, if you want some more information about activation and activating your cells so that they can work at optimum level, so you to be vibrant, for you to feel energetic, for you to maybe ward off something, so that you can be all that you want to be and do all that you want to do. I want that for you. So my heart to you, as always, it's Carrie Burrows from KB Consulting, your midlife mentor and motivator. Go ahead and click and subscribe because I'll be sharing some more tips. But this one really touched my heart because it affected my dear mom. So my heart to you.